1. See how our audio sounds. Oh, hasn't come up yet. Here we go. Check. Here we go. Check, check, check. Check. There we go. Check, check, check. Sounds good, guys. That's excellent news. All right, so we're gonna do some putting this evening. Trying to get this aimed in the proper direction, given we're now turned around here. That might be too much, but this putt is definitely breaking the other way. Always important to stretch anytime you're gonna practice, hit balls, or work on your putting. I always like to do a bunch of thoracic band work, especially before I do some putting, to keep these muscles nice and loose. Hey, 2D said hello. Hello, 2D. Appreciate you stopping in to say hi. Oh. We are going to do some putting, practicing our golf. Make sure we're loose. Nice. It's interesting to be seeing the ball break to the right now that we've switched directions here. Hey, Jake's here. Sikkim, shout out to you for being here. 2D said hi. Jake said hi. What's good, Sugar John? I like Sugar John. That's pretty funny. Oops, can't hit all these at once. Jake said, yo, dope shorts. Thanks, man. What's the brand? These are from Chubby's. They don't sponsor the channel yet. It's hard to say no free ads, though, when I'm like, I like the brand. And oh. And you asked such a nice question about them. I have these in probably 4 or 5 different variations. I've got one that has dinosaurs on them. I have some with tacos and cheeseburgers. Okay. Hey, Paul's here. Thanks for saying hi, my friend. Oh, missing on that left side. Paul said, nice hat. Thanks very much. This is from Sober Golf Club. If you guys have never heard of Sober Golf Club, they sell very cool merch that's about sobriety and golf. Two things that you guys know are important to me. And they were kind enough to send me some gear. So I've been wearing it on the stream. Really high quality materials. Everything fits nice. Quality hats. Oh, just caught it on the left side, or the right side, I should say there. We've gone from a right to left putt to a left to right one, changing directions here. This is a lab putter. Hey, Jamin's here. Thanks for saying hi, brother. Jamin and Paul, two of our longtime supporters here on the channel. Boom. This is like an outside left putt. I mean, these floors must be really slanted. Andy said hi. Dennis said, what type of putter are you using? This is a Lab DF3. Check this out, guys. We've got the press pistol grip on it. You think I should get a sponsorship from Lab? I talk about their putter all the time. No free ads, right? But it does work. I'm a big fan of it. Hope everybody's having a high quality Wednesday. What did I do today? I did some work. I went to physical therapy, had my first PT appointment. That was good. Normally you're putting towards us. I know, I figured I would switch it up. I've seen a bunch of people that do putting streams. It seems like the audience likes this angle better. So I figured, why not try it? You know, I can practice my aim point now that, wow, I can actually feel how slanted the floor is. That's hilarious. I've never aim pointed my floor before, but it feels like a 1. At least that's good. It doesn't feel like a 3, where I'd be like over here. 3% slope on your floor would feel like a lot. Hybrid suggestion. Good question, Jake. I really like this QI35, or sorry, this is a QI10. Yeah, the 7-wood is the QI35. This is a QI10 rescue. I like all of these TaylorMade rescues, to be honest, from the last several years. Just looks really clean behind the ball. This one obviously has a ton of loft. This is like a 9-wood almost, a 25-degree hybrid. Because golf is hard enough, guys. We don't need to make it harder. Just get the 9-wood, get the 7-wood, get the hybrid. Our grandchildren will think of us as lunatics who are like, you were trying to play golf with a 3-iron? Like, for what? Do you play golf on golf courses? I sure do. I sure do, as often as I possibly can. Dennis? What golf course do you go to? I go to a bunch of different ones. I'm not a member of any club at the moment. I have been in the past until we recently moved. That was pretty sad, honestly. It was leaving my beloved golf course and club behind. But it's all good things. Are you living your life with Jesus' words in your heart? I don't know. You would have to ask him. You would have to ask him. I try to be a good person. I try to treat people with respect. And be of service whenever I can. Whatever version of that works for you, I highly encourage it. I know about that guy, though. I went to Catholic school. Could you ever think a good Catholic schoolboy like me would end up looking like a part-time criminal? Precision Perspective Podcast. Which type clubs do you use, brand, as well as type clubs you currently use? That's the same question twice, right? Unless I'm misunderstanding. I use mostly TaylorMade clubs, guys. I have this lab putter. I've got Vokey wedges. But these are my very old TaylorMade Tour Preferred MB irons. These are my old blades I've had forever. And then I have a QI10 driver. 5-wood, I think, is Stealth 2, and then QI35 7-wood, and the QI10 hybrid that we just talked about. So mostly TaylorMade. If you were, you'd know. Well, then I guess I know. Jamin said, yeah. Let's go. I wonder if we can make the same volume in this direction when we take the Pels tutor away. If you guys remember from a week or two ago, we made 333 consecutive putts on the channel. That's a PR for the live stream. 333. It's a fun one if you're Irish. Which I am. It's okay for me to say that. Boom. So it's going to take quite a bit of work to get into the 300s again. But nobody here... Oh, nobody here is afraid of a little bit of work. I like that approach, Alvin. I appreciate your support. You're never missing a one slope again because of that floor. Yeah. He told me all the secrets. He's my swing coach. Hell yeah, Paul. He knows it all. You want perfect impact every time? Jesus is your man. I was speaking a little Spanish earlier today. I noticed my physical therapist speaking Spanish to a different patient. I said, wow, your Spanish is excellent. And I said some words to her in Spanish. And she said, wow, so is yours. Where did you study? And I said, Spain. She said, me too. What a beautiful country, Spain. Beautiful food, beautiful people. Boom. Beautiful language. Beautiful weather. If I could live anywhere else right now, it would probably be Spain. Just pick up and move to Sevilla. Do you ever play in the winter? I try to play as much golf as I possibly can, guys. We're going to be getting out on the course over the winter. As long as there's no snow on the ground and the courses are open, I'll be out there. Paul said, target, absolutely. Nice. What's in the painting with the clown nose? Oh, that is Roger Goodell from the NFL. These were towels that were given out at a New England Patriots game that I went to. There was the game or the first game back after the Deflategate nonsense. So they depicted Roger Goodell as a clown, and I framed it with the ticket from the game. Our Lord and Savior. You want to talk about Lord and Savior, guys? That man right there, Tom Brady, TB12. That's a Lord and Savior for you. Get that putting mirror out of the way. We can break that out a little later on if we want to do some setup work. Kate said, you are old. Oh, man, that was so direct, but I don't disagree with you. My joints feel old every day. I had to, as part of my physical therapy evaluation earlier, I had to just walk for, some amount of feet and then turn around and walk back. And all of my joints were just cracking and popping because they do that because I'm old and I've injured myself a bunch. Which, if you're young, heed my advice. Take care of your body when you're a young person. I was reckless, very stupid about taking care of my joints as a younger person, playing through injuries and sports. Really regret all that. So take care of your body. But it was concerning to this lady. She was like, does it always sound like that when you walk? I was like, yeah. The notorious TB Boo. Come on, Jamin. Oh, wow. How was that allowed? I don't know if it was sanctioned by the NFL, per se. Let's go. Get a grip. Calvin, I appreciate your commitment to proselytizing and your ministry. I just don't think this is going to be the right platform for the traction you're hoping to find. I do think there are some good parts. This is my personal opinion, to be very clear. Religion and the basic lessons that it teaches us certainly have a place in our society for everyone, right? Be kind to people. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Try to do the right thing, even when it's hard. There's tons of great lessons in those books. No matter which version of it you ascribe to, whether you believe in it 100% like our friend Calvin here, or you don't have any place for it, I do think those basic lessons about how we treat each other are valuable. The importance of community, how you take care of people who are downtrodden. So often today I see religion used as a weapon, a cudgel, to harm people. To say, if you're not with us, you're against us. And that's not the religion that I was taught. I don't think that's what those books say. Hey, Nathan's here. Pinto Beans is here. What's up, guys? Appreciate you. Connor said golf is gay. Well, golf, what's wrong with being gay? Connor? Jesus literally says that. Yeah, new setup is dope. Glad you're talking religion, though. Oh, yeah, I mean, Calvin's in here spreading the word, so, got to engage with that, right? Take it easy. You putter believe it. I love that comment. That's funny. They literally do say that. Yes. I mean, the version of religion that I was taught was, being of service to other people, speaking up for the sick, the poor, the downtrodden. That's not what I think religion is currently used for in our broader discourse. And I think it's, if you find yourself in that camp and you actually take a step back and you analyze, like, is the political positions that I'm being told go with my religious beliefs, are those things in conflict? Would the people, the historical figures that these books so evangelize, would they approve of how their name is being used? I have serious concerns or questions about that comparison. What's your favorite food? I just had some amazing red Thai curry dumplings that my wife made. Those were incredible. I like enchiladas and burritos. That's also one of my favorite foods. How do I perfect my golf swing? Great question, Sabrina. The real answer is you can never perfect your golf swing. It's a living, breathing thing. It's going to change day to day. What you can try to perfect, and what I would suggest people spend the bulk of their practice time on, rather than trying to make your swing look perfect or pretty, learn about impact. How do I get the center of the club face onto the ball consistently? How do I control that face and path relationship so that I can hit the trajectories consistently that I want to see? You can hit a draw or a fade, you can alternate, but you got to make sure that when you're trying to hit a fade, that you hit a fade. I also like the idea, the way I play golf is I just pick a target, like a line, and that's like the center of my shot pattern. And I'm trying to hit every shot, basically straight. Some days that ball, like the one that I see as straight, is actually fading a little or drawing a little. But I just pick a line, and then we're aiming a cone, right? Like a shotgun, dispersion pattern. A right-handed golfer's dispersion pattern goes from, it's an oval that's shaped from long left to short right because of how the club face works. If you de-loft it, it goes left and it goes further, and vice versa. So that's the oval that we're aiming. And I like to basically imagine what is the center line of that spot. Very rarely is it the flagstick, right? Because some of my golf balls are going to end up to the right of my center line, and some are going to end up to the left. So you have to account for that, and that's how you improve at golf is, number one, understanding how you aim that shot pattern, and how do you shrink it, make it as consistent as possible, so that you don't have like huge outliers where you're slicing one occasionally that's like way off the green, or chunking it and it only goes half the distance, like that sort of thing. Conquest of Paganism. Oh, I knew that sounded like Squirrel Sniper. I only saw the top or the bottom of your comment. I had to scroll up, and I was like, that sounds like Squirrel Sniper. Nice to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. What is a king without a queen? Sweet putter. Thanks, Pinto Beans. What are we working on today? Great question, Sycamore. We're doing some start line drills with the Pels tutor. We've got the well stroke mat set up underneath that. So this gives me great feedback on, did I swing the putter on the arc that I wanted to? That's this line here. And what I'm trying to do, guys, is just trace this line on top of the putter over top of this orange line back and through. And if I do that, I should return the putter at impact back very squarely. Hopefully, if I do that properly, I'm going to start the ball on line. But if I don't, these ball bearings will give me immediate feedback. So I'm really trying to ingrain the muscle memory of how do I start that ball on my intended line. Jamin has a golf question. Go for it. Calvin, can I ask out of curiosity, how often are you successful in live stream chats where you convince people that they should experience religion for the first time or change to the one that you are espousing? I do think, say what you will about religion, but it does have a very a tangible effect in the world. I look at like what's happening in Gaza and how those people have been genocided and massacred, and their faith seems just like indomitable. Like it cannot be broken. And no matter how many of these people's families and children are murdered, they still, are like, give it up to Allah. Like he is the one in charge. He's got the plan. So it is definitely a thing that can be powerful. Got a religious debate going on in the chat. Oh boy. Well, we have moderators for this. If it gets out of hand, you guys can handle it. But also, the engagement's not a bad thing necessarily. I'm excited to see who's going to win the debate. I feel like we might have some immovable objects and unstoppable forces going on. You think God made bunkers? That's funny. Do you rather want to win a mini tour event or that Tiger wins a major again? This might surprise some people. I'm going to go with Tiger winning a major again. I think it would be really fun to win a mini tour event. And I would definitely be better off with another 5 or 10 grand in my pocket right now. But it would be so fun. So fun to see Tiger win another major. What a story it would be. I'm assuming we're talking about Augusta because he doesn't hit it far enough to win a U.S. Open anymore. it's going to be course and weather dependent given his physical issues at the Open Championship, and probably the same at the PGA. Like if they go to Quail Hollow or somewhere that he's got to walk up massive hills, it might be tough. Boom. There are no winners in debate. Oh, I disagree. I've won many debates in my day. I like arguing with people. I'm good at... I think I would have been a good attorney. I'm pretty good at breaking down an argument and changing the perspective on it to get to a different place. No! Oh. Missed again. Even Neo didn't wake up. Boy, you got to be careful with that reference, Squirrel Sniper, because you will make some people who don't like transgender people very upset when you tell them about that movie and what it may or may not really be about. Speaking of which, on this topic, Calvin, can you explain to me, there's a lot of rhetoric around transgender people and their place in our society. But if those are also God's children, how is it okay to treat them so poorly? I feel the same way about the migrants who are seeking asylum and trying to find safety and security. Those are God's children too. So your book would tell me. Doesn't feel like we're treating them all like God's children, don't you think? It's almost like you got to have the right shade. You know, when God got down to like a certain point in the crayon box, they were like, nope, not anymore. I need another golf ball that doesn't have a big scuff in it because it was driving me nuts. Hey, Zachary's here. Not the simulation. What's the course on the wall? Great question, Carlos. That is Tobacco Road. It's pretty far away. You guys won't be able to see it. That's Tobacco Road, the course map. This one here is Wekopa, the Saguaro course out in Arizona. Who is Arnold Palmer talking to? I don't know. This is Sober Golf Club, guys. Go check them out on Instagram. Really cool stuff if you're into, as I am, both golf and sobriety. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. It's been over 1,700 days since my last drink of alcohol. Pretty proud of myself for that. Did it again today. No booze today. Not going to do it again tomorrow. But we're going to deal with today first. Ezra, 1 right now. I think 1.3. Midlife says, I joined mid-monologue. 15 years sober myself. Congrats, bro. Congrats to you, Midlife Crisis. I appreciate you coming in here to show some support. Congrats on your 15 years. That's awesome. That was weird. Started singing that song name same time as you. Hey, thanks, guys. Never heard of Archeax. Well, go check it out, guys. Archeax, Squirrel Sniper's other channel, it sounds like. Congrats to Midlife. Awesome. Love the support, guys. If I missed your comment or your question, guys, just drop it again at the bottom of the chat for me. I'm trying my best to keep up, but this is a great problem to have, to be clear. Like when I was streaming to 4 people, I would have begged to have had that problem, right? Oh, the chat is going too fast. It's going too quickly. And that was just a few months ago, guys. So like I always say, just stay the course. Keep working hard. Consistent effort over a long period of time is how you get where you want to be. Now we regularly have, between 50 and 500 people in the stream at any one time, which is pretty crazy. I honestly try not to think about it that much. When I'll turn it off sometimes, it'll say, yeah, your stream was viewed by 49,000 people. And I'm like, that's a pretty big stadium full of people. But that's one of the cool parts about this platform and the internet is that kind of access to share your story and talk about things that are important with different people. And one of my favorite parts is being able to do that with an international audience. We get to communicate with and engage regularly with people from all over the planet. And I've learned through that, you know, and in my travels, I've been to lots of different countries. I've been to 6 out of 7 continents. My wife and I travel as much as we can. But I've learned that people are just people. Everyone's really looking for the same things. Basic security, a roof over their head, and a full belly in a place where they can, you know, do some meaningful work and get by. And we'd all be a little better off if we treated everybody else that we encounter as if they were our neighbor or our friend. We live in isometric projection events in our antiquities. I'm intrigued. How far can you hit your driver? We're hitting it when we were doing speed training at the beginning of the year, like 295 in the air with like a really hard swing. Congrats to everyone who's struggling with addiction, who's overcoming one day at a time. There you go, Calvin. See, we can be on the same page about some things. I was one of those early viewers. I knew you before you were cool. I appreciate it, Pinto Beans. Yeah, there's a lot of those names that I remember seeing from the early days. We're still early days, guys. We're still just in maybe the second inning of building this platform and community together. Boom. Now we've gotten a nice rhythm with the putting. Any plans on a new tattoo? Good question, Cena. Hey, Cena, nice to see you. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? I need to finish this leg sleeve. I still have like another 20 hours to go on this guy. But I've been procrastinating on getting it done because I've been trying to invest in other things, invest in this platform and playing golf. And tattoos are expensive. Boom. You need a cat to be the sand trap. Yeah. What continent have you not traveled to? I've not been to Australia yet. I've done all the other ones. Did you get tattoos before or after being sober? Both. Both. I had some awful tattoos as like a 18, 19, 20-year-old that have mostly been lasered off and covered up at this point. I can hit 204. That's a great number. Keep at it. Win after your ball hits a tree and bounces to 3 feet, or shoot flawless golf but lose to someone else's miracle shot. I'll take the win. I hate losing. I think I've talked to other very competitive people about this. I like winning. It's a nice, you're like, yeah, I did what I was supposed to do. I hate losing. I hate it. I lost in our club's club championship, the final match on 18 2 years ago. And I still am like, I don't think it would have even been that fun to win, but I still just hated losing that match. I was down 3 early. I had to birdie 4 to tie the hole, to stay 3 down. And I think I birdied 5 and 6 and won those holes and started getting back into it. But yeah, I hate losing. I hate it. Facts, I almost got 40. Happy Gilmore hit 75, 0 control. That's funny, Connor. Same, got him covered up. Yeah. See, it's not really permanent, guys. Like, if you looked at this whole arm, everything from my elbow to here has been lasered off and covered up. So there was totally different art on this whole arm. And now it just looks like it has different tattoos on it, right? So these things can always be adjusted and updated if you find somebody who knows what they're doing. Oh, first one at 14. That's early to start. This channel is not about Jesus midlife crisis. I'm glad you asked. The chat might be cooked. Is Andrew Santino a good golfer? I think he's pretty decent. You can only lose to yourself. Totally. I hate losing, but not for golf. I stopped keeping score for golf, and it brought the joy back. I got to do that too sometimes, Cena. Like, I've been posting some clips and little shorts about this Happy Gilmore video that I filmed recently. And it was a great reason to just go out and, like, do something silly, try to hit some cool shots, dress up, you know, in a silly way, and just get out and, like, go on the golf course and have fun. And just not care about the score. Who cares if you miss, you know, every 2-footer? Just go have some fun. Golf can be such a grind about just, I want to play my best and post a score and get my handicap down as fast as I can. And it can feel like a grind, especially when you're at those little plateaus. I should know, I've been stuck in the same handicap range for a decade. I've been between a +1 and a 2 handicap for, I would say, like 98% of the last 10 years. But you know what, guys? There's always next year, and that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to keep grinding. I think next year we can get to like +2 or +3. I think we really can. Hey, Legends is here. Different setup from Monday. All we did was turn the camera around, guys. Or turn, sorry. You guys are in the same spot, but I just turned around the face this way. Pagan Winter Holidays. I don't keep score when I bring my children. That sounds fun. Get out on the course with your kids. At no point in the Bible does it mention a certain boy's birthday. Drain a 15-foot putt on 18 or hit a fill-style chip-in that shocks the crowd. I'm going to go chip-in because chip-ins are electric. And I honestly think, it's not statistically true, I don't think, but in my mind, I'm much more likely to chip in for a birdie than I am to make a 15-foot putt. That's part of my years of scar tissue on the green speaking, and I'm working pretty hard to build my confidence up and not have that negative attitude on the greens, but I think from a likelihood perspective, I'm going chip in. Great questions, Carlos. Really love the engagement. I need to cook dinner. Have a good evening. Thanks for being here, Pinto Beans. Really appreciate you. I'll take a decade of single-digit cap all damn day. I know, that was... It's annoying to be like, guys, you know what's annoying? I've plateaued. And, you know, my worst golf, I was like a 2 handicap. I know that's pretty annoying and obnoxious to say. Mini golf alone is a little too much for me. Well, it's not for everyone, and that's okay. That's what I always like telling people when they ask what my channel's about. I'm like, well, it's kind of about golf, but it's also kind of about, you know, being the best version of yourself. How do you make big changes and improvements? Like, the version of me that existed 6 or 7 years ago as a depressed, very overweight alcoholic would not recognize this version of me today. That's been sober for almost 5 years. I'm in the best shape of my life, despite, you know, my joint injuries. And most of the time I feel pretty happy. And I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of therapy. I spent a lot of time in the gym. Spent a lot of time at the golf course. But I want people to understand that it is possible to make those kinds of changes. And that I'm living proof that you can get a second chance with something like sobriety. I truly don't think I would be here. I don't think I would be alive if I was still drinking today. I just don't. So, it is mostly about golf, and that's what you're going to see me doing on the screen, but I like using this platform to talk about other things that are important to me. Making content about, you know, empathy and how it's okay to go to therapy. And it's okay to not be where you want to be, but the things you do to get where you want to be are actually simple. They just take time and require a little bit of effort, especially at the beginning. But by making incremental progress consistently, just show up every single day, even if it's for 10 minutes. If say your goal is weight loss and you're like, well, today's not the day for me. Go to the gym. Go to the gym for 10 minutes. Because 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes. And the worst thing you could do is not stay consistent. Hey, Dallas is here. Don't burn the beans. That's funny. Even though your handicap has been the same for all these years, have you changed the way you've managed the course? Great question, Legends. I definitely have. I used to play, like in college, I played bomb and gouge golf. If I hit driver well and I was hitting it straight, I was hitting a lot of wedges. I could, post pretty consistent low scores, but I wasn't consistent, and I would occasionally just start hitting it off the planet and post high scores also. So my volatility has compressed a lot. Like, my really good scores probably aren't as good as they used to be, but my bad scores are much better than they used to be. So the range has narrowed, which I think is good. I would imagine, at least in my mind, that's sort of a prerequisite for breaking through a plateau like the one I've experienced. So that's good. I had no idea how to actually play golf and strategically think my way around the golf course until like 2 years ago. I started learning the decade system and watching all those videos. A good investment if you've never done it. And I thought the way you got better at golf was just getting better at hitting the ball. So I would just go to the range and hit 3 buckets 4 days a week, and I got pretty good. I could, I have good hand-eye coordination. I could generate speed, but at a certain point, that isn't the answer. And I had no idea how putting strategy worked. I was like, well, if I'm 20 feet, I see 20-footers going on TV all the time. I better try to make it, never leave it short. I 3-putted so much to the point where I tried everything. I had a broomstick out. I used to bring 2 putters to the golf course sometimes. But learning putting strategy. So I think I'm a much smarter golfer. I think my physical skills have deteriorated, especially in terms of speed. Like in college, I was a 180 ball speed with the driver type of player. Now I'm lucky if I'm hitting like 165 on the golf course. I mean, with speed training, if I get really warmed up, I can touch 170. But certainly, I mean, that's a long way from 180. But long-winded answer to your question to say, yes, it definitely has changed. How much intent go into putting each ball? You mean when I'm practicing in here? I would say a pretty good amount. Because I get the negative feedback if I don't start the ball on line, I do feel like that keeps me pretty focused. Even when doing something like, we're basically just in here shooting free throws. We're learning how to make the uncontested, the short 3, 4, 5 footers, the ones that you want to make 90+% of them. And this is how you do it. You just drill the muscle memory, learn how to start the ball where you're aimed, and practice until you can do it 9 or 10 times out of 10. Well, we're happy you're here to have the channel. Thanks, Jake. That means a lot to me. A writer needs to write every day, too. Totally. Cardio and sauna, because my ass didn't want to gym today. Happy to clock in. Yeah, again, it's better to just go and do something than to skip. Oh, snap. That's what's up, bro. You definitely can. People got to understand it's harder to start rather than staying consistent. To many of these comments, there's nothing wrong with therapy. Monster Visuals, I appreciate you, dude. I think you're in the right place. If you like tattoos and therapy, then the vibe is going to be good for you. I think there's more of us out there than people think. Like, I could walk into any boardroom in America with a suit on and sound like a competent professional because I did that for a decade. But in this sort of context, people are like, this guy doesn't look like a golfer, let alone someone who could articulate sentences. I went to therapy yesterday, guys, and you know what? It fucking sucked. It was like, it was as if I had going to the range and just being like, I can't hit any club in the bag good today. It was just hard. But I'm glad I did it. I felt better after. It doesn't change the fact that like the work itself was difficult this time. And it's not like anything is cured, but I'm in a better place because I did that. Had I not spent that hour, if I had spent that hour doing something else, I don't think I would have got the same benefit. So from a consistency perspective, that's what you got to do. But I always say, you guys have seen it in my videos all the time. I'm not going to tell you that these things are easy. Right? I would never stand here and say, well, whoa, look, I did it. It's easy. It's not easy. All these things are hard. They're fucking hard. But they are possible. And that's what I'm living proof of. Not that it's easy, but it is possible to change your life in a meaningful way. Jug says, literally the hardest part of the gym is just making it to the gym. If you can force yourself to drive there, the rest will work itself out. Just physically make it to the gym every day and you got it. I totally agree with you, Jugs. I completely agree. I like being at the gym. I hate going to the gym. I love being at the gym. I now have brought the gym to my house with, I have these kettlebells and bands, and I do more mobility and functional strength work than I do like trying to max out my deadlift or squat anymore. But you gotta go. I do it sometimes here at home. Like I try to work out every single day, or at least do some yoga or something. And some days it's legitimately for 5 minutes. And I just come in here and I'm like, I don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to sit here on this mat and I'm going to do push-ups or sit-ups or something for 5 minutes. Because that means I can keep the streak going until tomorrow. And I might feel better tomorrow. I might have more time tomorrow. I might, just be in a better headspace. But I can't lose today. All I can do today is what I can do today. Next year will be a better year for you, but I agree, Paul. I think we're going to play some really good golf. I think we're going to start getting some traction with this creator, influencer, create an online brand kind of thing. I'm really optimistic about that. We've laid a ton of amazing groundwork and started building this community together. We hit some amazing milestones. We got the channel monetized, coming up on 7,000 subscribers since, we only started in January. It's not even been a year. I think I saw I made like over $1,000. That was a nice milestone to hit as well on the monetization side. So I'm incredibly grateful to all of you guys for supporting me. Makes it much easier. Like I was just saying, there are days, like anything, like going to the gym, where I don't always feel like turning on the live stream or coming to practice or going to hit balls out in the net. But every time I do, once I get there and I turn it on and we're hanging out and I see the same names and faces, I'm like, man, I'm glad I did. And I feel that every single time. And that's a credit to you guys. We're working on building this really cool thing. And to know that, I said this to someone earlier today when I was we were having a, sort of career job focused conversation. And I was like, man, I know the thing that I really want to do. It's not like go get another job. It's continue doing what I've been doing with my YouTube channel and having a direct impact on people who say, you talking about this stuff is helping me. I'm checking in with you in my sobriety journey. Or, I'm on day 10 and I got inspired by you to make a change. That is the thing that fills me up more than anything I could imagine sitting at a desk could do. The hard part is we live in the real world and I have a mortgage and, it's nice to have a little bit of extra golf money from YouTube, but we're not there yet. So, that's a long-winded way of saying I'm really grateful to all you guys. Ain't nothing wrong with routine, totally. Paul's right, the leg coming back better than ever. I know, we're going to figure that out. What's your opinion on winter greens? Don't like them. See, John, this is why I mentioned you should do motivational speaking. What would that look like, Jake? I don't even know where I would start. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, thanks for being here. Connor says, I still stand by golf being gay, but you earned a sub. You seem like a legit dude. Thanks, Connor. That means a lot to me. We've had many people like you, actually, who came in and they were skeptical or they said something negative, and then because of either what I said or how I engaged with them, they're like, oh, actually, this might be a cool place to hang out. So You're not the first and not the last, Connor, but I'm glad you're here. And remember, there's nothing wrong with being gay. Hey, Mason's here. I am here to help you gringos. Amigo, ¿por qué? Sober Golf Seminars. Jake, should I get with a club next year and host? I was waiting for the jiu-jitsu is gay comments. Shane said, just had neck surgery. Any golf book recommendations to keep me sane for the next few months? Definitely, Shane. I got a few. Mark Brody's book is really good about strokes gained if you want to learn strategy. In the same vein, I liked John Sherman's book quite a lot. Michael Larden wrote a book about peak performance. It's not golf specific, but a lot of golf people like it. That's about, finding like a flow state and how do you try to engage your brain most effectively when you're doing athletic things to be able to perform when you're on the golf course. If you think about cumulatively, if you're trying to, you say you're a tournament golfer, you're trying to play around in 70 strokes. Well, each swing takes about a second and a half. Each putt, right, about the same. So you're playing golf for about maybe 3 minutes, but golf takes 5 hours sometimes, 4 hours. So what do you do with your brain under pressure when you're still dealing with those moments? How do you deal with the other 4 hours and 57 minutes when you're not actively trying to hit a golf ball? It's really challenging. It's something that we were talking about plateauing earlier, has definitely held me back. Not being able to keep a round together or getting rattled by bad shots, letting bad shots affect my decision making, getting overly aggressive in recovery situations, all these kind of things. Golf is not a game of perfect. That's a great one. Jiu-jitsu is fire. I love it. Jake says, talking about sobriety in schools and how to overcome peer pressure. That's a good idea. 4-4, I don't know what that means, but what's up, Rusty? Roby's here. Have you seen Bill Brew? I don't think so. Hang in there, Shane. Appreciate that support, Jamin. I agree. Hang in there, bro. You can always turn these streams on when you're recovering. You can vicariously play and practice through the live stream. We do on-course streams as well. Those are super fun. But same thing, it's a tougher format because, like I just said, if you watch me stream for 2.5 hours playing 9 holes of golf, you'd watch me hit like 35 golf shots. That would take about 2 minutes. So finding a way to fill the rest of the time often leads me to believe it's not a perfect, activity for live streaming. Whereas this can be a little more continuous for people that just like, watching the ball roll. Rusty Hook said drink. I got some water right here, bro. Great reminder. Connor fighting 2 fights. I dare you to hit as hard as you can. Well, that's not going to go very well. Plus, Roger down there would not like that. He's already got a red nose. It's only going to get worse for him if we do a full swing. Question, my uncle passed away, we think from drinking out of his bathroom water glass. My brothers and I farted in for 2 weeks straight. Are we culpable? This was back in 1965. I don't think you're culpable for anything that happened in 1965. I wasn't there. So I have no official opinion on the matter. Tap him, Connor. There you go, Jamin. I really hope that's a true story. Michael Lawrence said hi. What's up, dude? I'd ask ChatGPT and get back to us, please. Bob Brew. No. What is Bob Brew? I have watched a lot of... Oh, gosh, I'm embarrassed. I've forgotten his name now. The golfer who hits the ball very straight. Mo Norman. Since you recommended that to me, my whole YouTube algorithm on my own channel is a lot of Mo Norman videos, which is awesome. Bob Brew is from Wisconsin. I was just in Wisconsin at Sand Valley. Let's go. John, only guy hitting more balls than you on this stream is Connor on the mats. That's awesome. Yes, Mo. Connor, you're the man. Yeah, I think, Connor, you're going to fit in here just fine, I think. But again, that's why, like I was saying a second ago, this channel doesn't have to be about golf. It can be about applying the things I'm talking about to something like jiu-jitsu and continuing to improve your skills. I would imagine, like golf, you could benefit from things like strength training and mobility training, similar kinds of things that we do to work on our golf game. I mean, that just the purpose is different, but single plane swing, absolutely. You should give him a look. Is he on YouTube or what is it? What's Bob Brew golf? Oh, he just died. Oh, sorry, that was 8 years ago. He didn't just die. Bob Brew, swing the club head. Let's check this out. All right, I'm going to save this for tonight. This is going to be tonight's watching while I'm doing work, Paul. Love it. Never use a water glass that's stationary. Use Dixie cups. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to let standing water stay out. Happy day, boys. Hey, Vike, what's up, dude? What's your favorite motivational movie? Oh, good question. I think $1 Million Baby, even though the ending is obviously not like particularly motivational, is a good one in that vein. What's the Will Smith movie? Oh, Pursuit of Happiness with a Y. It was a Will Smith movie from, I don't know, probably 15 years ago. Where he has to overcome like massive amounts of adversity and is able to be successful. Let's go. Really rolling the rock tonight, boys. You'll love it. I'm excited to check it out. Hey, Krishna's here. Merry Christmas to you, bro. Progressing to be better at anything is the goal. Don't matter the task. Absolutely. All little bits of knowledge will make you better. Totally agreed. Coach Carter. That's a good one. Lord of the Rings. Do most people think of Lord of the Rings when they're like motivational films? It certainly could be. Never let the body you're born into determine your fate. You, too, could be a hobbit with all the power of the ring. Remember the Titans. Great one, VR. Your favorite web series. Favorite web series. I watch mostly golf. I thought the Internet Invitational as a web series was pretty good. Boom. Rocky's a really good one. Absolutely, Shane. Are you crazy? Rocky is the king of motivational movies. Who said it wasn't? Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I agree. Mighty Ducks, good one. The Patriot. I just watched it yesterday. It's on Netflix. Yeah, that was peak Mel Gibson. And Heath Ledger has a great performance in that movie. R.I.P. R.I.P. in peace. Time lays a spell on you. Guys, if you're enjoying hanging out and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so for me. Also, if you want special behind the scenes and bonus content, check out the memberships on my channel page. You can become a member of the channel and get access to all kinds of cool stuff. That's all explained over there. And if you're interested, some of you guys have reached out. We've got a lot of inquiries actually in this. What inspired me to start was all of you guys asking. So We're doing one-on-one coaching now on Skillist, which is a remote teaching platform. So it is ostensibly about golf, but if you want, one-on-one coaching with me, and we can get on calls and talk about goals, all that kind of great stuff, that's over on Skillist. So it doesn't have to be golf necessarily. If you're just like, hey, I want John to coach me and mentor me, we're trying to offer that as well. My favorite golf movie is Greatest Game Ever Played. That's a really good one. I like that movie. A wizard shows up right on time. The Bobby Jones movie was pretty good. I agree. Midnight Squirrel said #1 gay streamer. I'll take that. If I was gay, I would love to be the #1 gay streamer. Maybe I'm just like too in my own bubble of treating people like human beings, but the amount of people that still seem to think it's okay to say that something is gay as a derogatory, like oh, we don't like this, so that means it's gay, and that means gay is bad. Like, it just, I don't know. People thought that was cool when I was in middle school in like fucking 20 years ago. It's totally fine to be gay, guys. There have been gay people for as long as there have been humans. This is not a new thing. It's just recently we've decided, not entirely true. I mean, historically they've been discriminated against, but these are human beings, guys. Who cares what people do in the privacy of their own homes? What do you stream, Midnight Squirrel? Good question, Shane. Pursuit of Happiness. Have you seen this movie, Best Motivation? That's the one I was just talking about, Krishna. It might have been right before you came in. Love that movie. Really motivational. Deals with a ton of adversity. Krishna, you shouted it out. The Will Smith movie. Absolutely. Paul says now they're Republicans. Well, you said it, not me, but I'm not sure I'll argue. That's damn Skippy, Jake. Oh, what did Jake say? Oh, it says message retracted. That's okay. You don't have to say it, if you don't want to. But yeah, guys, one-on-one coaching. Pretty excited about that. It's also fun. It's nice to be able to add value and give back. We've got some good reviews already. I'm gay for golf. Absolutely. I don't know if you guys, as someone who knows multiple gay couples who are amazing people, who are happy and very, constructive members of society, they're always happy. Have you ever been to a pride parade? Those are like the happiest people in the world. So yeah, Jake, I'm with you, bro. I'm gay for golf. And the reason I push back so strongly is two reasons. Number one, I know these people personally and I care about them. So when you describe them in a way that is negative, I am going to push back. But secondly, I think it's harmful in that it prevents men from expressing affection for each other because of this perceived cultural, homophobia thing. Like, my friends and I, we tell each other that we love them every single time we leave, because you never know what's going to happen in the world. And I say, love you guys, because you know what I do, because I care about those people. And the fact that they are also men who I have no interest in any sexual way, I can still love those guys. And these stigmas, the negative way that people talk about these things, it's harmful. It prevents people from connecting, from enjoying the benefits of support and community. It's bad. Like, just don't do that. Is the pad crooked or is it me? Oh, it's definitely, yeah. We got about a 1% slope here, guys. Whoops, JFK files released. Hi from South Korea, very cool. They crashed Grinder. I've seen that too, Paul. Kids Golf Championship, congratulations. That's very exciting. 2 lesbians in a cupboard. Liquor cabinet. That's awesome. Good luck, givers, takers. Said pause. Pause all you want. Hi from Korea. Nice hat. And what kind of putter are you using? Thank you. This is a Sober Golf Club hat, guys. Go check them out on Instagram. Sober Golf Club. Really cool stuff if you're into golf and not drinking alcohol. This is a Lab DF3 putter. LAB. Lie angle balanced. Have you seen One Piece? I don't think so. I have a lesbian cousin and she's married with kids. Yeah, see, again, these are just people. Just like all of us, guys. Have you seen One Piece? Oh, no, I just asked that. No need to justify, Jake. 'Twas a good joke. Oh, yeah, and again, if you know... People aren't going to get offended if you make a joke like that that's just a joke. What people do get upset about is if you're like, I don't like that thing, so I'm going to call that thing gay. Also, I promise most gay people are going to say way more heinous stuff than what you think would offend them. In my experience, anyway. Calm down, rainbow. I do look like a rainbow. I got all the colors of the rainbow on my coloring book skin here. Rich said hi. What's up, Rich? Krishna said, I like your room. Thanks, bro. Yeah, this is the lab where we hang out. This little corner of my office. Got some plants over there behind you guys. My desk over here. Got all kinds of Star Wars Legos around. Some more that I got to build. I haven't had time to sit down and build this one yet, but I'm pretty excited about this guy from The Mandalorian. And it's just nice to have a little space that's kind of golf dedicated. I like having the green carpet. Best live on YouTube, nothing but love. Thanks, Jamin. I appreciate that. We're trying to do the thing, guys. We are doing all the things. If you agree with Jamin and you want to get the notifications and find out about more cool content, hit that subscribe button for me. We're doing daily live streams. We're posting every day. We've got motivational content, golf tips and tricks, instructional stuff. Random thoughts from John. Posted some random thoughts from John on my Instagram earlier today. I can share my random thought because I've already posted the video. But the thought was, I was just coming out of physical therapy, and I saw some people in there who clearly had experienced like severe accidents or trauma of some kind and are trying to get their lives back together and be able to move through the world. And, you know, it makes it much easier to feel not so bad about my little torn ACL and trying to rehab that. And my point was, just be grateful for what you do have, because every single day there are people out there going through the most traumatic, horrifying, crazy things that you don't even know about. And we can all, you know, appreciate or benefit from a little bit of gratitude and perspective. And it reminded me of, this happened 2 weeks ago when I was in therapy, and in conversation it came up, I asked my therapist if they knew about the word sonder. And I learned about this, you know, a year or two ago, and it really changed how I move through the world, how I interact with people. And the word sonder, guys, means having an understanding that every single other person in the world has an incredibly deep and complex and unique human experience just like you do. All the things that keep you up at night, all the relationships that you work to maintain, all the things that you have to manage from a day-to-day basis, everyone else in the world also has an experience just like that. So when someone cuts you off in traffic, it's a little easier to say, oh, well, you know, maybe they're distracted by a death in the family. Or, because I've been there. We've all had those moments where like, oh, sorry, I pulled out in front of you, it's my bad. And if you remember that everyone out there is a human being just like you, it really changes your perspective and how you know, what becomes acceptable. How do you treat people, you know, and because you want everybody else to understand that about you, that you have a deep and complex human experience. So I thought it was a good way to talk about being grateful and how we can better interact with one another, especially heading into the holidays. You know, people are stressed. The weather's bad. It's cold and dark. Lick a lot of puss. Bob Brew is influenced by Paul Hahn and Ernest Jones. Very cool. Related to the platypus. Your favorite tattoo? Good question, Kristen. I don't think I have a favorite one. I did get somewhat matching tattoos with my wife on our honeymoon, so that's one of my favorites for sure. I have a lot of cool tattoos. Some of them I forget about, and I look around, and I'm like, oh yeah, forgot about that guy. Like some of these I always forget about. I have some cool ones on the back of this arm that I almost never see. Like this rocket guy is really neat. I got all kinds of crazy weird stuff. I got some butt cheeks back here. This mermaid with some big old boobies. Some skulls, a bear. This is all Japanese traditional. Jake, thanks for being here, my dude. Stay goated, absolutely. What's your current swing thought? Balance. My swing thought has been balance for a really long time. I've really been trying to just focus on making a balanced swing. Like a lot of good things happen when I do that. When I can hold my follow through position and just like Adam Scott be like a statue, just holding the follow through. I'm not going to tip over. I don't have to, adjust my footwork. So that's been working really well for me. I like those simple, more external, like that's a real thing that you can pay attention to. Like I can try to stay balanced while I hit this golf ball. If you start thinking about like, well, let's make sure I get enough like ulnar separation at P3, then like you're gone. Like you're not going to have a good time playing golf if you're playing golf swing like that. Legends is back. What's up, Legends? Waiting on the charcoal to be ready. I thought your shorts were new tats for a second. Country Boy said hi. What's up, Country Boy? What's in the red box? Oh, there's some watches in there. From over the years. That damn charcoal. Got to get a Blackstone, my guy. I want to have a Blackstone, too. I've heard they're great. Get the big griddle out there. I might get that instead of a grill. I've been holding off on buying a new grill. I might just get a Blackstone. Tell me what you think, Jamin. There are ashes in that box. He doesn't like to talk about it. Bob, what's your... Right now, round 1. Legends, we need a what's in the bag. So, Legends, there is a couple different versions of a what's in the bag posted on the channel already, but I am working on a better landscape version. I did one that was sort of impromptu during a live stream that we then chopped up and posted, but it's still in vertical format, which isn't perfect, and there's been some changes as well. So I was actually just filming. I'm so dumb, guys. I filmed a whole like 15-minute video and then went back and was like, the framing is awful. Like, so I have to redo that. But I hear you, Legends. We're gonna get it out and posted. Where are you from? I'm from the East Coast, the northeast part of the U.S. The part that's like not currently Canada but wishes it was. Blackstone is the business. Get one you bring in and out, though. The ones that stay outside get rusty, and folks don't know how to bring them back. That's interesting. How do you... Is it a smaller size, or how do you bring it in and out? Just maybe into your basement or somewhere covered? Boom. How often do you go to simulators? Well, it's been a while since I've been to a simulator, but once we get a couple things organized, I'm hoping to be able to go a couple times a week. Smaller size indeed, or somewhere covered works. Yes, sir. Okay. That might not work great for me. I don't have a good way of getting things that are like outside on the deck to inside. Is there snow where you are? No, not yet, Bob. We did have a huge nor'easter come through the last couple of days, though. We only got a bunch of rain. Congrats on being the #1 gay streamer on YouTube. Thanks very much. We are in the simulator. We already talked about this. Legends, you got any video ideas for me? What do you mean? Like, what kind of video ideas? I always tell people, make content about things that you're passionate about, things that you're, interested in and excited about, rather than trying to guess what people want to see. There's some value in that for sure, but if you make things that you really are passionate about and you can, I think your videos are going to be better that way. And that's how you build an audience that's there for the right reasons. If you're just showing people low value stuff that's like interesting and maybe you get some likes, but that's my opinion anyway. Just had a snowstorm in Canada. I am not excited for the snow to come, guys. I'm hoping we'll get another couple weeks where I might be able to sneak out and play golf. But it's going to be cold here. Is it? Yeah, it is cold here. The highs are like in the mid 30s, and the lows are going to get down to like the teens. Boom. For a couple days here at least. That putting stroke is trash. You don't like it? It seems to be working pretty well for me. I love your tattoos. Thanks, Builder Bob. Hope you don't mind me saying you're a nice looking guy. I don't mind at all. That's an okay thing to say about a guy. You can be like, hey, that's an attractive person. It doesn't mean you want to sleep with them. It doesn't mean anything other than what you said. Oh, just barely missed on the left. Make what you want to see. Totally, I agree with that. That was part of why I even started a channel in the first place, guys. I thought so much of the content and the comment sections and the things I saw were so negative and so cynical. And I thought, why isn't there a more positive, optimistic, supportive community type feel anywhere? And a lot of that was like, well, just go make that. If you want that to exist, you can make it. It's like, I always like the saying, somebody should do something about that. Somebody should help those people. Somebody should talk about that. You know who's somebody? You're somebody. You can be somebody. It's so sad waiting to play golf. I know. At least the simulator access has improved, I think, to where you can get through the winter and not entirely lose your swing. But it's also about effort, Krishna, where is your family? They're around. I don't know where the dogs are. We usually have some superstar appearances. We have 2 dogs that on the stream we call them the superstars. No superstar visits as of yet today. Time leaves a spell on you. King of Bombs said hi. What's up, King of Bombs? My brother lives in Tampa, Florida. I'm in the Northeast. East Coast. Carter said hi. Jamin said compliment-friendly community here. Yeah, why not? Guys, it's also proven one of the best ways to feel better about yourself is to be nice to other people. You can do it selfishly. Be like, you know what? I'm going to go out and compliment 3 people today. Just random strangers, Tell the dude at the check-in desk that you like his haircut, if you think he has a good haircut. Tell the lady at the receptionist desk, like, oh, I like your nails. There's little things you can do to make people smile, and you can do it selfishly. Like, I know I'm going to feel better if I'm nice to some other people today. That's totally okay. The end result is still a good thing. Slate said hi. Thanks for being here, Paul. Appreciate you. Builder Bob said just subbed and liked. I appreciate that. If you guys are enjoying the stream like Builder Bob, hit that subscribe button. We do daily live streams. We do these ones inside with some putting, different drills and stuff. We also go and hit balls outside into the net. Do some full swing demonstrations of drills, and people come and say, hey, I have a slice. How do I fix it? We talk about that stuff too, which is cool. Boom. I feel like Midnight Squirrel is just being a hater because I watched that stroke back and I'm like, that's a solid putting stroke. I'm really happy with how that looks on camera. Stay blessed. Feel better soon. I agree with what Jamin said. Oh, snuck it in the side door. This putt breaks a bit, doesn't it, guys? So from here, we'd have to go about 1%. Yeah, just outside that left edge. And I don't know if we're giving it enough break because some of these are just barely falling in that right side. Jamin, you have a nice haircut. Thanks, Shane. I like your outfit. Thanks, Krishna. It's an easy one to do yourself, that's for sure. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. We gotta aim this a little further left, I feel like. What time is it there? It's 7 a.m. here. Where's here for you, Krishna? It is 8:30 p.m. here. So you're time traveling, bro. It's already Thursday for you. It's still Wednesday for us. Oh. Snuck her in. Kerala. Where's Kerala? Let's find out. State of India. It's on the southwestern India. Very cool. Big cities like Kochi. I would love to go to India. Closest I've been is Nepal, which is on the border with India. Very cool. Nicest course you've played. The highest rated course I think I've played is the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island. That was super, super cool. As far as like history and the quality of the club, the country club in Brookline is really high on the list for me. As well as Butler National, which isn't perfect because Butler National is one of the few remaining male-only clubs, which I don't, philosophically agree with, but the golf course is exceptional, which is what the question was. But guys, if you're interested in checking out different courses I played, check out the 31 Days of Golfmas series that I'm doing. I'm posting a different course every day for the month of December with either some photos or videos from that course, which has been a pretty fun way to just, go through the archives, remember some different cool courses that I've played. Oh, pulled it. Pulled it. The course I saw the PGA played in India, the bunkers were absolutely treacherous. Oh. All right, guys, we are going to hit these last few putts and then wrap it up for the evening. Hey, Tom's here. Best tip to get more consistent contact. You got to practice impact. So go really slow. Learn how to get the center of the face, right? You want to get this part of the club onto the center of the ball as consistently as you can. I would tell you to do that at slower speed than I see a lot of people practicing. Like grab an 8-iron maybe and hit some tiny, 40%, 50% type swings. Just building the skill of getting this club face consistently on the ball, controlling where the ball's flying, right? So that's the 3 skills of impact are ground contact. Did you hit the ball first and then the turf? Face control. Where's the face pointed at impact? Is it closed? Is it open? Is it square? And face contact, right? Did you hit the center of the club or did you hit it on the toe or the heel? Or, low on the face or high on the face, right? So those are the 3 things that we most care about. You guys have heard me say this a million times. It doesn't matter what your swing looks like. The golf ball doesn't know whether you swung it like Matt Wolff, like out and under, or like John Rahm, like just, short and inside. Those swings look totally different. They produce the same thing because at impact, the face is square, they're hitting the ball first, and they're hitting it in the center of the face. So practice impact, and that will help. Sorry, Tom, we're just wrapping up, but I appreciate you stopping in to say hi. Reverse today. I know I switched it around, which I think I like better. I don't know what you guys think. You and Squirrel in some crazy time zones was like 2 a.m. also. Must be an admin thing. Yeah, man, we are grafting. That's funny. You know what? Jamin, you're here all the time. You want to be an admin, bro? Keep people in line? It's nice to have people that are engaged and here regularly. I did it without your consent, so if you want me to take it off, I can, but... Boom. Get Jameis in. Absolutely, Tom. Can you show me the outside of the house? Well, not right now, because we're inside the house. And it's also freezing out there, so I'm not going out there unless I have to. 100% would be an honor, my guy. Well, you're in there, guys. Everybody clap it up in the chat for Jamin. Newest moderator on the channel. Drop a like. Whoa, 56 likes. You guys are going nuts. It's fun being a mod. Yeah, you get to keep people in line. Oh, terrible putt. Boom. Yeah, we really had to adjust the line further to the left. I know I said I was done, but I kind of want to hit 10 more. I love practicing, guys. I think I might like practicing more than playing golf, which is a crazy thing to say potentially, but It's really the range. I love the driving range. Don't dox yourself. Yeah, I'm doing my best. Am I the first mod? You might have been. Putt with the Scotty Cameron. You want me to hit some putts with the Scotty? We can do that. Uh-oh, he's hooked. Just 10 more. I know. Well, I made some videos recently. The caption was like, I didn't beat addiction. I just traded bottles for birdies. I thought that was kind of clever. But it is true. I mean, golf is super addicting. Although, admittedly, I was definitely addicted to golf before, during, and after being addicted to alcohol. One much more harmful than the other. See, we can still make some putts with this guy. This old 2003 Scotty Cameron. Love this thing. So pretty to look down at. That's a fact, Jack. New John shirts with that saying for show. Oh, I haven't thought that much about physical products like selling merch or t-shirts. It's not my favorite thing from a sustainability perspective, but if people are interested, we could think about doing some hats. I thought about making like keep working hard hats and shirts because I'm always writing that in my videos. Who's your favorite golf gamer? My favorite like professional golfer? Or somebody who plays like golf video games? I wish I could have an addiction to birdies, but the bogeys call my name. You know, everybody has a different poison, right, Tom? Your poison's different than mine. Although that would be a more relatable caption, I think. I didn't beat addiction. I just traded bottles for bogeys. Traded booze for bogeys. See, now we're workshopping it, guys. This is how we get from B+ to A+. I feel you. I mean, the industry definitely has its ups and downs. Jamin, are you saying you're in the merchandising, like retail t-shirt business? Is that what you're saying? Is 333 still your best? It still is. Yeah, we haven't done a full try to make as many in a row stream as we can. There are for sure companies you can work with that can do sustainability. Is there any way you could get me on stream so you can see my swing? I don't know of a way to do that, but we have had, well, so two things. You can get lessons with me one-on-one on Skillist. That is linked in the description of the live stream as well as in my bio. You can also Google search Skillist John Young Golf and you'll find me. Oh, blocked it. That was interesting. But I'm also happy to, people have sent me or, emailed me their swing. They've sent it to me on Instagram. So there are ways where you can send me a video of your swing and I'm happy to share some thoughts. But obviously, selfishly, I think the one-on-one coaching where I can really engage and understand what your goals are, rather than just saying like, here are a couple drills to fix your swing. I think there's definitely more value there, but it's certainly not for everyone, and it costs money, I recognize, so that's a different thing. It's a big boundary, right? It's one thing to say, hey, I'd love to get your free advice, but like, I'm not going to pay for it. Certainly there are some people in that bucket. But I think there are also people in the bucket of, yeah, I would pay to support John and get a lesson and hopefully improve my game from somebody that's been doing it for 20 years. Bottles for bogeys is definitely my game too. No gamer. I don't know if I know of any golf gamers. Which one? Do you have favorites, Krishna? Just more expensive. Jamin said, yes, sir. Oh, cool. What kind of stuff are you selling, like for a big brand? Are you doing like the printing and manufacturing side? I'm so curious about all of this. I'd make you some hats. Send me an email, Jamin. We could figure that out. There's probably a way to do that. What single drill or throw-out helped your putting get to next level? So this drill right here, Dumpster Dave, learning how to start the ball on my intended line. Set up a gate. It can be any kind of gate. I like the Pels Tutor because it's simple and easy to move around. But learn how to control the club face and impact. Learn how to start the ball on line. That is the most important skill you can develop for making the crucial 3 to 8 foot putts. For everything else, when you're trying to lag it, the only skill you care, I shouldn't say that. 95% of what you should be thinking about outside of 10 feet is just speed. How can I roll the ball? If I have a 37.5 foot putt, I'm trying to roll the ball 37.5 feet. Because I'm not going to misread a putt by 4 or 5 feet most of the time. But I am regularly, if I'm not focused on my speed and practicing, going to hit the ball 4 or 5 feet too far or 4 or 5 feet too short. That's where 3 putts come from, guys. Speed control is a skill that goes with lag putting. Face control and start line is what goes with short putting. So it's 2 schools of thought, like two approaches, 2 strategies, 2 different skills. Does that make sense? I'm a manufacturer. DM on Insta, I'll send you the company's page as well. Very cool, Jamin. That's awesome. I appreciate that. This is how it happens, guys. We start ramping these things up. We build a community. I've had people say, hey, I saw your live stream and I might be interested in partnering up with you or having you sponsor my brand. We've done some of that. My ankle is giving out on me. Lunik is here. Garrett says, I'm getting the lesson from my buddy that made the cut in the Wells Fargo in 2019. That's a good person to get a lesson from. Johnny, how many strokes does Miami voice shots shorts take off your game? Great question, Dakota Miller. I think it's good for, like, if I actually play golf in these, it's probably worth like 2 shots. I think I would just feel so swagged out and confident on the first tee. If I really had the confidence to rock up to a nice round of golf in these pink shorts, it'd probably save me a couple shots over 18 holes. The mod and the man, Jamin. There you go. What is that glass sitting on top of the shelf? Oh, this is from a tournament that I came in, or played in. I think we came in second. Yeah, this was a team tournament I played in a few years ago at Sea Island. Very cool to have some of those mementos and memories. All right, guys, we're going back to the lab. But it was nice to see that I didn't fully forget how to putt just because we switched to a Blade Scotty Cameron less forgiving putter. Remember when I said I was going to hit like 4 more putts and that was 15 minutes ago? My back was starting to get a little toasty, but we found a second wind, so we're going with it. Do you have any drills for hitting your long iron straighter and instead of pushing them? Well, if you're pushing it, it just means the path is too far to the right. You know, you're swinging it from the inside out to the right, and the face is square. If it's not continuing to slice or hook back, then the face is pretty square, and it's just out to the right. So 2 choices. You can get the path more neutral and keep the face square and hit the ball straight. Or you can keep that orientation with the path out to the right and close the club face some, and the ball will draw. So up to you, whichever approach you want to take. But my best advice for long irons is just really focus on your balance. Focus on the strike. You're going to be so much more penalized by an off-center strike with a long iron than you are with a short iron or a wedge. At least from a percentage basis, right? So really focus on making a balanced swing where you hit the ball solidly. Oh, bad stroke. I knew it was bad. I kind of picked it up on the way back. Dangerous to have it on the top shelf. Well, the shelf is bolted into the wall, so I feel okay about it. Have you been to Pinehurst? I have a couple times. Pinehurst is amazing. Truth hurts. Can you go over the claw grip and the proper gripping? I can't decide what to do with my pinky on follow hand, resulting in my jumping from no pinky to using the pinky as extra control. So I don't use the claw grip. I put left hand low, like this, with an overlap my index finger. But if you were gonna, again, it's personal preference, guys. You can do it, you know, like this. You can do the pencil, which is probably what I would do if I was gonna go to the claw, something like that, where you're more just have the one finger on top and the other ones are just kind of floating. So I've seen people do like the whole hand kind of flat, like this. So there's tons of different variations. I've seen like a really weak, just like saw grip. I've seen guys play really good golf putting with one hand. I mean, there's a million ways to do it. I think the answer is find what's comfortable for you and that you can, again, learn how to get comfortable starting the ball on your intended line and hit the ball the right speed. Those are the skills you need to be a good putter, which I did not execute on that particular attempt. Here we go. Happy Gilmore. What's up, CW? John is here to support us in our own journeys of sobriety and bettering mental health through his channel, so of course it's an honor to repay that favor. Well, it means a lot that you'd be willing to support me in that way, potentially, Jamin. Oh, lipped out on the low side, so I think we got to aim this more that way still. You should have a t-shirt with you on the front and Tommy on the back. That's funny. I think he would probably want a piece of that, though. I'm not sure I can just make t-shirts with Tommy Fleetwood's face on them. Samuel said hi. What's up, Samuel? I don't watch golf tournaments, but my favorite player is Nicklaus. Great selection. Jack Nicklaus, one of the best all-time greats. There's certainly an argument for him to be the GOAT. He's won the most majors. Another rude lip out. I really thought we might have moved this far enough to the left. Just got to change 10%. Tommy Fleetwood with a red nose would work. Okay. Well, I wouldn't want to put a red. I mean, we did that to. I say we. I wasn't part of it. I just liked the towel. They put a red nose on Roger Goodell because we didn't like him. I would want like whatever the opposite of that is for Tommy. I mean, we love Tommy Fleetwood on this channel. That's my doppelganger. That's my internet twin. You guys are always commenting, this is Tommy Fleetwood. Side door's open. Oh. Nicklaus is the GOAT. Shane says it. What did you play before the lab? So this Spider, these are the other two putters that I've kept in the rotation over the years. So this old Scotty I've had for a long time. And this is an OG Red Spider Tour from TaylorMade. This is the very first version that came out with no lines or dots or anything on it. And I used this putter for quite some time before I went to the lab this summer. I do really want to try. I think like my dream putter is one of the Spider ZTs, the zero torque center shafted spiders. I think that could be like truly the perfect. I love this head shape. I love how consistent this putter is. As I missed the gate. But the lab just works, guys. I don't know if it's in my head, but I think there really is something to just the face staying square to that lie angle. For me, it just feels like point and shoot. I just aim it on the course where I want the ball to go, and that's where it seems like the ball goes for the most part. That was weird. Oh, it wasn't sitting right. That'll do it. Do you have a drill to fix the habit of going over the top too much? Yeah, so what you're going to do is put a head cover down. Let's say that's the ball you're going to hit. Grab the head cover from your driver. This will fix your over-the-top move for good. Drop this down behind and to the right. So you're going to block that over-the-top path. So if you're coming into impact and you're over the top and steep, you're going to hit that physical barrier. So you got to learn how to hit shots with a more neutral path or even out to the right some. That's going to help a whole bunch. And remember that a lot of, the over the top or steepening is a result of your takeaway actually being too far to the inside. So, think of, remember, every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction, or every action reaction, you get what I'm saying? So if you go inside, well then to get back to the ball, you have to go this way. So you're better off, fixing your over-the-top move will be solved by keeping the club nice and wide. So instead of going hands out, club in, right, taking it away this way, take it away the other way. Try to keep that club face pointed at the golf ball for longer, right? Hands in, club out. Keeps that club nice and wide. We want a nice wide arc. That allows the club to shallow in transition. Although I am much more of a one plane swing guy than I am any sort of crazy shallowing. Have you tried any other zero torque putters? I haven't. I'm also doing golf YouTube and broadcasting putting in Korea. I'll cheer you on. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. I would love to support your channel too. Let's go subscribe to your channel. What is is there an English translation of your name? Go to channel. Wow, look at you, 10,000 subscribers. Congrats on all your success. That's amazing. Wow, you're on day 106, day 105. That's awesome. I wish you the best of luck with your YouTube journey, and I'm excited to cheer you on and support you as well. You got another subscriber from me. This drill helps with slices so much. I agree with that, Tom. The hole looks a little off-center. Maybe it is. It could be just that the strip, the lane I have it set on isn't perfect, but it does break to the right some as well. The ground is definitely not flat. Imagine the club faces eyes and keep them looking at the ball. Absolutely, Jamin. People helping people, gotta love love. I agree, Jamin. Tom, thanks for being here, bro. We're about to sign off as well. We're going to make just one more putt. Guys, if we make it, if we get it through the gate and it goes in the hole, you got to like and subscribe. How about that? If you're still here in the chat and you haven't already. Jamin's going to come for you. He knows. He's going to say, I saw you were in here. John made the putt and you didn't subscribe. You don't want that, guys. You don't want that smoke. I made it anyway. Let's go. Shane says goodnight. All right, guys, as always, incredibly grateful for all your support. It means the world to me. Keep trying to blow up this channel. We're working hard every day, posting, live streaming, doing the work. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. And we'll see you tomorrow with some more cool stuff.